I am now among the trees, thank God. I really need to create a button that I can train like everybody who knows me on. In that if I'm wearing this button, it means don't fucking ask me what's wrong. Just don't perceive me. Please, for the love of fucking God. I am invisible. Like, I need the invisibility cloak button so that I can stay unmasked, but nobody has to fucking deal with it. I can't stand it when people take my shit on and take it personally. Like, I am having my moment because I'm fucking autistic, ADHD, whatever the fuck, something. I'm crazy. What the not? I'm human. How about that? Start there. I'm having a moment. And I'm not trying to make it anybody else's problem, but I'm also not trying to make it my fucking problem to have to hide it from everybody else. You know? So if we could just find something that can be an indicator of like, I'm having a time. I'm not trying to spend the energy on covering up that I'm having the time. I'm trying to spend the energy on releasing that. But don't fucking try to come up to me with solutions and make it seem like it's your problem because you can't fucking handle just seeing it. Just let it be. Just fucking let me be. That's probably all I have the storage for. It's a whole thing about people pleasing, because the thing is, when you start asking me what's wrong, I stop being able to just focus on fixing what's wrong and moving through it. I now have to deal with the perceptions of what you're thinking about, and I now have to deal with what my brain can come up with as to what everybody is thinking because of me. Instead of me just being able to use my energy on working through what the fuck is going on with me. And if I am to take the time out and fucking, because I know that what's going on with me is not shit that you can do for me. There's not shit you can do for me. If there was something you could do, I would ask for the help. I'm not asking for the help. I'm just existing how I am, and you can see that I'm existing how I am, and it's not. You see how my energy is. You see that I'm moving through energy that is not normally mine. You think that you're doing me a service by asking me what's wrong and trying to help, but what you're really doing is shedding more shit that I have to deal with and taking me away from what is actually important and pressing in the moment. You then make me have to appease you. You shift you now, because now I have to work on how do I make sure that you're comfortable? How do I make sure that you know that there's nothing you can do? And I know there's nothing you can do, but you're convinced that there is. Shut the fuck up. Like, now I have to shift from fixing the problem to people pleasing. And that y'all, we always talk about, oh, don't be a people pleaser, don't be a people pleaser, blah, 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 blah. Well, here's another form of it in how me just being me, unmasked. Oh, because I didn't stitch in this part of it, because this is part of it. The part where, like, the perception that then comes up when you start asking me what's wrong is that people think that I'm weak because I can't just mask and get over it and let it go and pretend like everything's fine, like everybody else has been trained to do. I can do that. Just because I'm not doing it in this moment doesn't mean that I have not been that person before, first of all. But second of all, So you think that I'm weak because I can't do it. In some cases, I could be inclined to agree, but it's because, okay, hold on. The thing is, it's not weak, it's a different type of strength to be able to let go of that training of, quick, let me fix the perception of me. Quick. I gotta do damage control. I gotta make sure that nobody's thinking these things of me. And flip on the switch to masking, whatever. Okay, so the like I was saying, I was trying to say, I went back around to the first point. But the thing was, it takes strength to not do that as well. It takes strength to allow yourself not to mask when your muscles have been conditioned to mask for so long. Now, you get to the point where you're not masked. You wear your emotions on your sleeve. If there's something wrong, people know that there's something wrong. Then there are situations where you're pissed off because you used to be able to mask and now you can, but somehow can't. Won't let yourself, whatever the fuck. And then you start to think, oh, it's a matter of strength. I need to be back strong enough to where I can do this. And like, I don't know if that's true or not. And it's difficult for me in particular because, well, everybody. But like, I can't stand the fact that I am someone who, on one end, wants to be a public figure. AKA, I would be a highly perceived person. Meanwhile, I get in these modes and I cannot handle being perceived, and I cannot handle dealing with other people's potential perceptions of me, good or bad. Like, all I can do is deal with myself. I'm getting off track and willy-nilly about things because there's a lot of things attached to this, but I'm going to stop this here. I know I didn't finish my point off, but it's getting wild, so I don't want to... I'll come back on if I figure it out. Okay, what I was trying to say about strength and the correlation between, like, me wanting to be a highly perceived person, on the one hand, and then not being able to be perceived, is there's this idea that if you can mask in moments where it's critical that you don't share your emotions, then you are strong. And then there's this opposite end where I also understand that it takes strength to do the opposite, to stand in what it is that you feel and not change that just for the benefit of others, people pleasing, and not, do that. So I understand that there's strength on both sides of the spectrum, but then wanting to be a public figure who struggles with perception, like, does it mean that I have to be able to oscillate between both ends of those spectrums? It's like, I thought I was on one end and I've moved to the other. Okay. But when I struggle, or when in the future, like I struggle and it's not just my classmates that are witnessing me and my struggle, it's the world witnessing me and my struggle, and I can't actually invisibility cloak disappear, what am I going to do then? Then does that mean that the strength that I have to share myself as I am in the struggle isn't good enough, and I need to get back to the other side, or I loop back around to you know, then having the strength? Or is it like a wave? Is it like a roller coaster where, you know, it's here and then I got to go back, you know, just like everything else? Is it... I would like to believe in a world where, fuck, it's raining. I'm about to come down. I would like to believe in a way that I can be a highly perceived person without having to hide my emotions and without having to, like, mask when it's difficult and when I don't want to be perceived, you know, or like, but how can we do that? Like, how can we do that other than like perhaps just raising the awareness that like this needs to happen for people, that that's kind of how humans are. And sometimes, like, when you're going through something difficult, just because you share that you're going through something difficult doesn't mean that you want to make it their problem. It just means that you are honoring your truth in the moment and that you're going to get through it without them taking it fucking personally. Like, and that you need to do what you need to do to get through it without them taking it personally. Like, is it, here's the big question, is it a them problem or is it a me problem? Is it a me problem that I'm not strong enough to then hide it for them? Or is it a them problem that they would expect me that I have to hide it? And is it just a let's retrain people thing to where you can understand, like where there's something that we can do to indicate that this is the type of way that I am and what I need in this moment. I am having a fit and I'm not trying to make it your problem. Just stop asking, don't try to solve it for me. Or like, can people just like understand that, like, if I ask for help is when I want it? Perhaps. But then we know people, me included, have trouble asking for help. But like, there's gotta be a way to indicate the difference. Like, it's different. It's different. Am I making sense?